Welcome to the TSD Mindfulness recording of teaching number 2. And teaching number 2 is anything is either a form of relationship or a form we have a relationship with. And again, the book Tame, Soothe, Dwell, the 55 teachings of TSD Mindfulness includes all of these teachings that I'm going over in these videos. So teaching number 2, when we think of relationship, we usually think about our significant other or a child or a boss. But if we consider relationships more deeply, we can think about that we have relationships with all these different things. We might have relationships with money. We might have relationships with alcohol or food, all these different things. So let's just talk about money for a minute. A lack of money causes certain feelings, right? And a surplus of money might have different feelings associated with it. So there is this like emotional component to these relationships. The relationship we have with certain things in our lives have meaning. They can be defined. They might be very practical or logical. And this practicality describes how this item fits into your life, which assists you to drive the relationship. So let's think about an example here. How about windows? So a window is a very practical item in your life. Your relationship with a window might be quite practical. A window keeps out the bad weather. It keeps out the bad people. It keeps out animals. I mean, it's protective, right? It's protecting you from the elements outside your home. So that has that very practical aspect to the relationship. A window can also have an emotional component to it. The window is clear. It allows the light to come in. It allows you to see outside what's going on out there. It could bring you joy, right? There could be an emotional component to this relationship that you have with a window. So it's just a simple thing, a window, but just if you take a moment and analyze your relationship with it, there's a lot there. So you might take some time to consider some other aspects of your life and really ask some questions about what's going on with that relationship. So here's some more forms that we have relationships with. How about the speed limit? What is your relationship with the speed limit? This is considered a form that we have a relationship with. It doesn't have to be something that's physical, that's tangible. It can be an idea, a concept, a structure in the government, for example, such as a speed limit. So again, what is the emotional component of your relationship with a speed limit, right? Your speed limit might bring up certain emotions for you. What is the logic that's associated in there? You might have certain beliefs about a speed limit, and the circumstances play a role, meaning a speed limit on a highway, you might have one type of relationship with. Certain types of emotions come up around that or thoughts. And then you have a speed limit in a residential setting, and you might have a different set of emotions and thoughts that come with that. So it can get very complex, right? The relationships that we have with something as simple as a speed limit can be quite complex. What's important is to see here is that we have some type of relationship with all that exists in our lives. So does this teaching sound a little bit true? This teaching is everything is either a form we have a relationship with or a form of relationship. So let's go and start talking about those forms of relationship. What is not a form that we're having a relationship with is a form of relationship. We might love something. That's a form of relationship. We might dread something. That's a different form of relationship. We might depend on something. We might feel indifferent about something. All these different forms. And on top of it, we have relationships with the different forms of relationship. We have a relationship with love. We have a relationship with dread. We have a relationship with dependence or independence. And so the way to consider those relationships is how do we respond to our own feelings of love? How do we respond to our own feelings of feeling unloved? It's our response that can give you some clue into that relationship that you have with that form of relationship. So the reason that relationships are so important is because our experience in this world is directly affected by each and every relationship we have with each and every thing in our realm. So I'm going to say that again. The reason that relationships are so important is because our experience in this world is directly affected by each and every relationship we have and each and everything in our realm. So this is officially why this practice is life-changing. We change our life because we're changing these relationships. We're changing the way we relate and are in relationship with all of these different things in our lives. And as a result, our lives change. So that is the conclusion of teaching number 2.